Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. So, the other night we had of course we had the whole weekend festivities with the NFL, but then we had Monday night, and Jerry Jones had presented this whole concept of, people standing up for nonsense and taking their eye off the game, and all the different things. And if anybody on Dallas Cowboys do something like that, we're gonna fire. And so everybody was like, "Woo, way to go, Jerry Jones!" And I believe people actually thought that Jerry Jones was going to save the NFL. When I was on Cavuto on Monday, they asked me, "Kevin, what do you think Jerry Jones is going to do?" And I said, "I think Jones is pretty much a man of his word. If he says that he'll fire people that defy what he wants to do, I believe he'll do it." And but I pivoted off of that because I wanted to get to the bigger issue. Now, I was basing that on the idea of a couple things. One, Jerry Jones wanted to support the cops. They put the cop decal on the uniform, and no, you can't have it on there. Okay. So, he didn't fight it very hard, but the point is he wanted to recognize the police side of the story. And so I just figured, man, Jerry Jones, good guy. He's going to make this happen. And then it turned out that it wasn't true. So Monday night, of course, I didn't watch the games. It didn't even hit to become a story. In fact, I'll tell you guys, by the time I found out that Villanueva had changed his mind, we had already done a segment talking about how great we thought the dude was. I mean, that's how far behind we are. So I'm thinking, well, Jerry Jones will be good, yada, yada, yada. I didn't anticipate much. Now, I got to say this. The Arizona Cardinals, stellar stand-up team. We stand behind the government, the flag, the anthem. They stood up. They did their deal. Proud of them. Dallas Cowboys, my team, I'm burning all of it. I don't want any of their junk. I got signed memorabilia from the Cowboys. I'm tossing it. It's worthless to me. And I believe a lot of people feel the same way. I have to tell you, after Jerry Jones, so if you didn't know, I mean, you almost have to live under a rock to not know it didn't happen. But so Jerry Jones, the first thing to do is before the game started, they go out, they hold arms, all the team, and they get on a knee. Then when the national anthem comes out, they play the national anthem, everybody stands. And Jerry Jones looked at this and goes, "Look, we were completely neutral on this." Well, you can't be neutral on this. You can't be America's team and be neutral when it comes to all the symbols that represent America. The American flag, the anthem, the people, the president, all that is America. And far too many people, I'm telling you right now, I said on Cavuto, I said, if Jerry Jones sticks to his gun, he may be the team that everybody watches after the fact, because they go, look at let's take the Jerry Jones model here and be okay with this. And he didn't. He completely sold everybody out. Now, let's think about it this way. So we talked earlier about, it's only since 2009 that the players came out during the national anthem and stood. I didn't know this. I was watching Stephen A. Smith talk about this on ESPN. So they just have started doing this because the government paid them $5.4 million from 2011 to 2014 to do this. And I don't know what the re-up contract was from 2014 to 2017, but they paid them money, a lot of it, to bring the teams out and to have them do their, just stand there. And they said it was good marketing, not only for the teams and the play, it's good marketing. They use it to talk about marketing America. But it was marketing for the team, like, we support America. It'll help with your ratings. And I think it probably did. We've all mistakenly believed that football players must love the military and America, for goodness sakes. Erroneously so. But here's my question. Jerry Jones and the team and all these other teams go out and take a knee. Not anybody's paid them a nickel, but they'll take your tax dollars so they can come out and show patriotism. Isn't that backwards? Shouldn't you automatically show patriotism? Why should you have to be paid to showcase patriotism? Now, don't misunderstand me. If somebody's willing to pay me, Kevin, put your hand over your heart and be a good, solid citizen and say things like, great about the country. If you want to pay me to do what I would automatically do, I'll take it. But I would go to the football teams and say, look, owners, we're subsidizing this. We're doing that for you. Here's a requirement. This is a new requirement for the government to keep doing what we do. How about that? Maybe Donald Trump will negotiate a new deal on our behalf. I don't know. But I know Black Lives Matter doesn't give a nickel to the NFL to go out and protest their lies. And I also know that the military, who's paying to have things, good things said about America and for these guys to stand before the national anthem, these are guys that, quite frankly, should you get the help automatically, the NFL should be happy to try to convince young boys to join the Army or join the reserves or the Air Force or the Marines or the Navy. Who did I leave out? Army, Air Force, Marines, and Navy. Coast Guard. They don't do that. They got to have money to do that. But they don't take a nickel to go out there and protest all the other stuff. And here's the other thing. I don't care about your protest. I really don't. If you want to bow your head, if you want to, I know people that they wear socks. Colin Kaepernick wore anti-cop socks on the field. I don't care. Those socks do nothing. I think it's tacky for him to do it. They look tacky too. But even if they were color coordinated with his outfit, it would still be tacky. But that's who he is. He's a tacky guy. But I want to pivot back to Jones. Jones had us eating out of the palm of his hand. When he took that, you would think Jerry Jones would have looked at social media and said, holy cow, man. When I talked about the Cowboys, man, you better stand up or else. And people just, Jerry Jones, Cowboys, I'm going to buy some Cowboys gear, whatever. People were supporting the Cowboys. And then he suddenly goes, no, we're going to show solidarity both ways, both directions. And I saw somebody on social media, literally the one voice in the wilderness, say it was a genius move. The only genius move I've seen so far in all of this is a move by Donald Trump to get people talking about it. That's genius. We've, for far too long, let the left dominate the discussion here. And Donald Trump said, you know what? We're going to talk about race. We're going to talk about capitalism. We're going to talk about the things that fuel the U.S. economy in a good way. And we're going to put the spotlight on the racists who do nothing but stop capitalism, stop job growth, stifle things in the black community, opportunities in the black community with this kind of nonsense. And Donald Trump went after him. And that has been genius. If you think what Jerry Jones did is genius, you're an idiot. Jerry Jones put the death nail in the end, the final nail in the coffin of the NFL. He was their saving grace, and he blew it in front of the world.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.